I think one of the worst traits that modern liberals have is this malice. I don't know how else to call it, but it has to be malice. What I mean by it is, they start by fighting racismus. And eventually, people stop being racist. And then they say, well, we need to start fighting against jokes and fiction and everything like that, because if people start thinking it, then they do action, right? Monkey see, monkey do. So we need to fight racism, call out culture, cancel culture. And so eventually people stop making racist jokes. People stop reading racist fiction. People adapt. It's like, okay, this is what you want. Just shut the fuck up. Leave us alone. But the liberal is intoxicated with power. He's drunk with power. He needs the Inquisition. He needs to, create regulations. And so he invents the concept of microaggressions, right? So like microaggressions are like, even if you're not making racist action, even if you're not reading racist fiction, even if you're not doing racist jokes, you're still making microaggressions. And microaggressions were treated very seriously, right? It sounds retarded because it is, but it was the actual code at many universities. It was HR policy. Like, if you are doing microaggressions, especially if you are doing them seriously, you could actually get banned from social media. You could get kicked out of the university. You could actually get fired, right? Like, they treated them very seriously. But still, people are like, okay, this is what you want. Like, this is the new patch notes. We're going to do what you want. Like, okay, please don't fire us. Please don't destroy our lives. We have family. Think about our children. And so what do the liberals do now? They're saying, you know what? Like, those microaggressions, there was an excellent idea. Let's use them to terrorize you now. And this is why I'm saying it's malice, right? Like, it's absolutely fucking malice. So what do they do? Well, they get an institution like The Guardian. You gotta understand how The Guardian works, right? It's not like one journalist just woke up and decided, I'm going to push this article. No, like, they have editors. They don't have free speech at The Guardian. Because if they had free speech, you would get right-wing articles, right? You'd get, like, articles supporting Donald Trump. You would get articles supporting the left. You'd get articles supporting everybody, right? Like, that's what would happen if you had free speech at an organization. But you don't. You have editorial guidelines. And so they're basically talking about microfeminism, right? And the idea is that you have this chick, this journalist, that apparently she knows someone that after a couple is married, they wait for the name, and when they write a letter, they always put the woman's name first. Instead of saying things like Daddy Longlegs the spider, they say Mommy Longlegs, right? Or they're saying, these petty reversals, which basically say that they're microfeminisms. They're helping society push forward. And I was thinking about it, right? Why is it upsetting people so much? Well, first of all, it's because it treats it like moral progress, right? Like, this is how morality is better now, because they're doing these microfeminisms. So it kind of implies that people who aren't doing it are immoral, right? So it's kind of like a way of fart sniffing. But I don't think it's that. I think it's a lot more, right? Here's the thing. Like, when someone says Daddy Longlegs, or when someone writes a mail and places the guy's name first, many people do this subconsciously. They don't think about it. Like, they do it because this is how it was done, right? Like, it was always done like this. Just like when people say Mother Earth, right? Like, at no point do people stop and actually think about the gender of the planet or anything like that. They just say Mother Earth because that's how they were being told when they were young, and this is how we told our kids. Like, at no point did anyone stops and thinks about it, right? And so, like, if a woman was to do the same, if a feminist was to do the same, and it's just like placing the woman's name in front of the man on a letter, right? That's fine. That's not a problem, right? Like, if a person just does it because they do it, like, nobody complains. The problem is, like, the reason they're doing it is malicious. It's the intention behind it, right? Like, they're doing it because they live in a worldview where they think that men are their oppressors and women are the oppressed. And so, like, by definition, through this worldview, like, they stereotype everything. And when they encounter something that doesn't fit the stereotype, they don't adjust. Like, this is an interesting thing. Like, racists, They operate on stereotypes as well, and I met many racists, and they would say something like, black people are low IQ. And then they meet a black person that's genuinely smart. And they, like they say, okay, well, this guy is different. Like they're willing to make an exception and break the stereotype. Feminists never do that. Like a feminist is like, there are no good men. It's like hashtag yes all men are rapists, all men are this, all men are oppressors. They literally refuse to change when reality confronts them differently. And so if you're showing me a woman that does these things, these microfeminisms, it's not a microfeminist per se that's the problem. It's the ideology behind it and the intent behind it that's the issue. Like, I genuinely feel that my son is in danger around that woman. I do not want my son to bring such a woman into my family. Because I do operate on pattern recognition, and I do know that these people are mentally ill. They are prone to divorce, they are prone to lying, they are prone to manipulating other people, they are constantly victimizing themselves, they are cry bullies. And so when I see people doing microfeminism, the microfeminism isn't the issue. Is the rotten behavior that I have seen for the last 5 to 6 years. Now, here's the interesting part, right? It's the rhetorical trick that they're also employing, right? Like, they will say, okay, so, like, we're doing these microfeminisms which are completely harmless, right? And if men complain about it, it just proves that society is misogynistic. And so, like, okay, your ideology then cannot be debunked. Like, you're doing this on purpose. You're making assertions and you're placing it in a specific way so that there is nothing in the universe, like there is no way to be proven that you're wrong. Like if you're in any chance, you're making this claim that's inaccurate, you're basically saying that there is absolutely nothing that would disprove it, which makes you a bigot by the very definition of the word. Like this feminist ideology is pure, unadulterated bigotry. It's got this religious zeal as well, It's the same like a religious person, right? Like a Muslim would say that the Quran is true because the Quran says so, right? So like you cannot debunk it. It's an unfalsifiable ideology. It's the same with feminism. It's like, okay, so feminism is true because people criticizing it proves that feminism is real. And feminism says that men are evil. So like you cannot just say anything in order to debunk it. They also say like things like when they're walking on a sidewalk, like they refuse to move, right? They refuse to yield space. Now, again, in a universe where men routinely expected women to move, then yeah, like that would make a point. But let's talk about reality. Like the reality is no. The reality I have seen, like my wife walking down the street and people moving out of her way. I have seen my wife move out of her way, but move out of other people's way as well, right? By turning ordinary pedestrian coordination into a gender battle, right, it just becomes stupid very fast. Sometimes people move because there is room, not because, like, patriarchy personally sent them in order to block that bitch's road. But, I guess, like, this is how they're basically trying to create anxiety into people. Like, they're actually trying to make a person think that, if you're walking down the street and the other person didn't move, it just proves that you're being oppressed, right? When in reality, like, I don't think there's any type of guy that walks down the street and sees a woman and it's like, I'm going to not move. She will move people, right? Fucking insane. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.